So now let's understand and work around with opacity inside of Adobe Fresco. So to work with opacity, I'm going to create a new layer first, and then over there, let me just take a watercolor and then just draw around right over here, just like this. So you can see that this is in my first layer. Now I'm going to create another layer on top of it and select a different color. Let's say, for example, I'm going to select red. And if I were to draw on top of it, you can see that it is not transparent. It is transparent because of watercolor, as you can see right here, just a bit. But as I draw, you can see that it is not transparent as I keep on drawing it. If I were to go over here onto the dry color and then draw on top of it, you can now see that it is not transparent at all. So you can control the level of transparency of each layer in Adobe Fresco, and to do that you have to go to layer properties, and to do that simply click on the layer that you want to reduce the opacity for, and then go on to layer settings from right over here. So once you click on here, you can see that opacity is an option, and right now it's set to 100. Okay, so if I were to decrease this out, you can see that it is more transparent now, just like this. So there's like 50% transparency and 0% as well. So you can really make it invisible as well, or increase that out. And if I were to paint on top of it now, it paints with the same level of transparency. So if I were to take watercolor as well, you can see that the red paint on this layer is transparent. It does not just affect this particular color, but even if I were to select other colors like green, you can see that it is drawing it out with a level of transparency as we selected. And if we want to get back the opacity right here, then you just increase this out or decrease according to what you want. Similarly, you can do this for each of the layers. So you have this layer right here, you can go around here and change around the opacity. So even if I were to rearrange everything else, you can see that opacity, you can change the opacity to get the result you want. So let me just create another layer right here and then go around with watercolor again. So right now you can see that there's no opacity whatsoever going on right here. So if I were to go around and paint around just like this, it mixes out. But if I were to go over here and decrease the opacity, you can see that the level of transparency is made. So it's like you're drawing on top of plastics when you're drawing in layers, and when you're working with opacity, it's like you've added more water to your color and so forth. So you can see that you got more level of options while you're working with layers like this, and then you can work around with individual opacity as well. So hope you guys learned something as always, and as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.